Ooh, great background music for this episode. Welcome back, everyone. To Steins Gate 0, episode 8, 9? I'm not sure anymore. God damn it, I can't keep track of these episodes, especially because I'm like recording them at the same day. Like, oh my god, it's it's a lot. Speaking of a lot happened in the last episode, and also a 6-month time skip happened. Can't wait to see where this is taking us. It's always taking us down a very dark and bleak path. There's no other option. Oh, holy shit. Okay, we are currently in the Maho POV, and I guess we should just go then, right? Let's see where we are. We are at Conway University, okay. The grounds were dead quiet. It was after 11 p.m. Some of the labs worked all night and into the morning, so the place wasn't completely abandoned. Oh my god. Great start to the episode. Holy shit. But compared to daytime, it was quiet. The lights in the halls were off, and it was a little scary walking down them alone. Why are you alone? Maho lived in the researcher's apartments next to the lab. She'd been thinking about so many things that night. Her head felt like it was going to explode. The question is still up in the air. Will Rintaro ever confess to her what he knows about Krisu and her passing? I feel like she will find out during this game, but I don't know when exactly. We'll see. Then she looked out the window and realized that the lights were still on in the brain science lab. Who's in there? Oh, Dr. Leskina must have been working late. She decided to put some coffee in a thermos and take it to him. Oh, that's nice. That's kind. Because something bothers you about it, right? It's the researcher's mindset to dig into things that they are confused about, right? That occupies their minds a lot. So obviously, like, you want to find out more? It will lead you a very dark path. You will die. Don't fuck with time travel, okay? Ever since she'd come back from Japan in January, she'd spent all her free time on it. Even she had to admit she was getting obsessed. Of course, since this wasn't something she could research in public, and since she couldn't let it interfere with her real job, she had to do all of it on her own, in her own room at night. Maybe it's also because it was Krisa's research topic that she was interested in it, right? It's not only to find out the truth that Rintaro's hiding, but also to learn more about Krisu. I guess, so sorry. Get myself together, oh my god. Get it together, girl. As a result, she was staying up late, battling with physics textbooks, an unfamiliar subject for her. Exhaustion and lack of sleep were starting to get to her. The whole idea of a time machine was stupid. Oh, it is not, girl. She still thought so, but she was surprised at how desperate she was getting. Yeah, totally, it's because of him. Maybe your subconscious is telling you to lock the fuck in because it does make sense. You know? Your subconscious is telling you it does make sense. What Okabe said to her in Japan still stuck with her. Oh! Flashbang. Yeah, he knows for certain, so... Rintaro could have been lying, or wrong, or simply delusional! You know what, the delusional part? That's his past self, okay? But part of her wanted to believe it was real. Of course, from what she'd seen of Dr. Nakabashi's paper, she didn't want to believe Krisu was involved. It was just that bad. Oof. Goddamn. But... oh, stop flashbanging me, my god. Yeah. We know that is true. We saw Nakabashi steal that shit right under our nose. If she could have written it off as a slim possibility, everything would have been so much easier. But it was just like her, she thought, to be unable to do that. Yeah, we need the evidence. I want to find what Krisu found. That desire was what drove her to action. I mean, if we take the concept like of them being rivals, it does make sense, right? In my Amadeus, Mozart theory, they were rivals, like rival musicians, and those two are like rival scientists, right? Which makes sense because those are the only two that Amadeus actually has an AI version of. So, you know, it's a rivalry, right? I want to find out what she found out. I want to continue what she started. But the more research she did, the harder it seemed. It was so hard she was starting to lose faith in what she wanted to believe. Her usual complex started weighing down on her. Complex? Wait.
クリス、
Help.
私、やっぱりあなたにはなれない。
You can be better! You can swim further, fly higher! Maybe. Kulisa was a dear friend, but at the same time she was starting to feel jealous, frustrated and hateful. It is probably also what Nakabachi felt when he was about to strangle her to death. And when all those feelings started going around in her mind, there was no way she could focus on work. It was time to chat with Dr. Leskinen for a little and then go to sleep. She headed over to the lab. What time is it right now? Oh, we're back. What's up? Dr. Leskinen seemed surprised at her sudden visit, but he stood up from his chair and welcomed her. Good? Coffee. This guy. Yeah, he's also like pretty childish. Even though Maho looks like a child, he is the childish one out of both of them. His laugh is so funny. Dr. Leskinen laughed innocently like a child at a cutting remark.
私の部屋から明かりが見えたものですから。これ、どうぞ。
Take this coffee. Take that awfully hard coffee pot. Sorry. The cup on Dr. Leskinen's desk was empty. She poured her some coffee from the thermos. It wasn't the sticky sweet cafe au lait that she liked. She'd made it straight black to match the professor's tastes. The room was filled with steam and a pleasant smell. Coffee.
これは驚いた。魔法がカフェをご馳走してくれるとは。
私だってこのくらいの気は利きますよ。
でも君はこういうのが嫌いだっただろう
Making coffee?
あれは確か君がこの研究所に来た最初の日だったかな。メアリーがみんなにモーニングカフェを配って回っていたら、君はそれを断ってこう言ったじゃないか。
Huh?
あなたはカフェを入れるためにここに勤務しているのですかその時間があったら早く仕事を始めてはどうですとね。
Damn, very impatient.
いやすごい子が来たものだと驚かされたよ。
New kid.
そんな古い話、今さら持ち出さなくてもいいじゃないですか。
Memory. He still remembers. Most cheeks swelled in embarrassment, like a chipmunk.
はその天才少女とか言われてちょっといい気になってたというか、何もわからない子供だったんです。ちゃんと反省はしています。
Nice. Character development. Mary was another scientist at the lab. After Maho had apologized, they'd gone on to be friends. Nice.
本当に教授は意地悪ですね。もう二度とコーヒーなんて持ってきませんから。
Damn.
そのつもりで。
Oof. He lost. Just as she was thinking of taking the coffee she'd poured back.
そうですよ、教授。
Oh.
あんまり先輩をいじめないであげてください。
Amadeus Chrysos is here too. She heard a voice from Dr. Leskinen's computer.
あら、クリス。
He was talking to Chryso.
はい、私です。
Interesting.
ちょうど彼女のプログラムの検証中だったんだ。
Were you? This late in the night? She moved around to where she could see the monitor, and sure enough, the Chryso CG model was displayed on it.
こんばんは、先輩。
So,
こんな時間までご苦労様。
Maho chuckled to herself. Chryso was just a program running on the computer, but she still couldn't stop herself from saying things like that. After all the time they'd spent together, Chryso was no different than a human to her. Yeah, it's like human projection, right? Humans are social creatures, and so they do project like on others. Even though those are objects or programs, they do project emotions on them. So yeah, not surprising though.
別に私は魔法をいじめてるわけじゃないよ。メアリーとの件だって私は魔法を好ましく思ったものさ。極めて合理的でクールでしかも面白い子だとね。 だから私の助手になってもらったわけだし。
Damn, ever since then?
もちろん今の優しい君も嫌いじゃないけどね。
Oh, you're gonna lose this version quickly if you keep talking like that. Dr. Leskinen gave her a wink as he reached what was coming up. This guy.
ありがとう。いただくよ。
As he drank his coffee, he grabbed the corners of his eyelids and gave them a little massage. Okay. He was acting cheerful, but evidently he was really tired.
プログラムの検証って何をしていたんです？
Yeah.
ああ、今まとめている論文のあれだよ。
What paper?
アマデウスが嘘をつくメカニズムですか？
その部分のプログラムが解析できると、人間が嘘をつく仕組みももっと詳しくわかるんだがね。
Okay, so this AI can stimulate brainwaves?
時に重大な秘密を含んでいます。それを暴こうというのは感心しません。
Huh. It's stimulating brainwaves, right? How human thought works, human decision making? I don't know if that is applicable actually in real life, so I don't think so. Chris's expression was deadly serious.
何も君の嘘を暴こうって言うんじゃない。嘘をつく時の思考の過程を知りたいだけだよ。
I feel like Rintaro is currently on the path of discovering girly secrets, since like Daro and Rintaro want to crack Chris's computer. Even though Rintaro said he wants to destroy it, which I approve of, I hope he destroyed it during the 6-month time skip. God, I hope so.
まあいいです。何か暴露する羽目になったら、まず真帆先輩が隠してる甘い秘密を喋ることにしますから。
Sweet
ちょっ
secrets.
と、おかしなことを言わないでちょうだい。っ
Puh!
ていうか、甘い秘密って何？
Wouldn't you like to know?
なんでしょうね。
Ah, I knew. I knew she would say that. She played dumb. Sometimes Christo liked to joke around. It was infuriating and at the same time kind of cute. Yeah.
例えば、
Mm-hmm.
ゲームセンターで彼に取ってもらったぬいぐるみの件、私が気づいていないとでも？
Oh?
は？
Oh? Oh? The first thing she thought of when she heard the word arcade was what happened back in Akihabara, Japan. She tried so many times to get a stuffed animal and failed each time. Rintaro had won it easily and given it to her. Not easily, but he did win it.
あれが何？
She's still keeping
ずっ
it.
と先輩のベッドに置いてあるんですよね。
Well,
何をバカなことを言っているの？あれはクリスのお母さんへのお土産よ。
yeah. Also, she didn't give it to her mom yet, okay?
じゃあなんで先輩の部屋に？
Nah.
だってお母さんは新しい家をまだ探してるって言うし、それまで
Ah.
は仮のアパートメント住まいだし、引っ越しの時の荷物になったらあれかなと思って。
Yeah, this one plush is just way too much.
本当ですか？
本当よ。
Ah.
大体あのぬいぐるみは私にとってもクリスの大事な思い出なんですもの。
Yeah.
抱いて寝るのがそんなにおかしい？
Ah! She did, yeah.
やっぱり先輩のベッドにあるんですね。あれ。
Oh my god. Yeah, she fell for it.
しかも抱いて寝てるなんてとってもキュート。そのあたりもっと詳しく教えてください。
No, please. The torture. Ugh. The stupid computer program had tricked her. By the time she realized it was too late. Yeah. Both Christo and Dr. Leskinen, who'd been listening to the whole time, were smiling at her. Oh my gosh, she's gonna explode. Yeah. Embarrassment. Shame. Oh no. She glared at them, her cheeks flushed. Well.
これはどうやらクリスの勝ちのようだね。
勝ち負けとか関係ありません。もう私は寝ます。おやすみなさい。
Bye. Yeah, I guess it's late. She turned to leave Dr. Leskinen's office, fuming. But before she could leave, Christo got in one final parting shot. God damn it.
先輩、もう1週間も岡部と連絡取ってませんよ。
How do you know?
忙しいからといって連絡をおろそかにしていると後で後悔しちゃいますからね。
What do you mean? It's not that deep.
どうしてもあなたは私と岡部さんをくっつけたいの？
He has a lot of baggage. Maho stormed over to the monitor, but Krisu seemed unconcerned.
たまには直接会ってみたいなって思ったりしませんか？
Oh my god.
思いません。
そうか。残念だな。
Why are you two so invested? Stop! My god, they are thirsty for this tea, bro. For some reason, Dr. Leskinen shook his head sadly.
近々また共同研究で日本に呼ばれているんだ。
Oh, do you?
その時、レンタロウに連絡を取ってみようと思っているんだ。
Oh, did you?
魔法も一緒に連れて行こうかどうか悩んでいたんだが、
Oh my
これ
god.
はやめた方が良さそうだね。
Oh my god. Oh my god. She'd heard nothing about this. Most of the time, whenever the professor had a project coming up, she'd hear about it through the school's network ahead of time. Well, I guess you keep that a secret from you.
また行くんですか？
Hey yo. It's not like I want to go or anything, Buck. God damn it. She had to stop herself from immediately saying that she wanted to go too. Oh my god. If she did, Dr. Leskinen and Krisu would make fun of her again. But she didn't want to miss this chance. There was still a lot she needed to do in Japan. More than anything, she wanted to talk to Rintaro in person. About the time machine and about Krisu. It definitely was not because she just liked talking to him. It's not like I like talking to you or anything, Baka. Oh my god.
ぜひ私も連れて行ってください。
What was that? I didn't quite hear you. In the end, she gave in. Yeah, of course.
おお、ついに素直になったんだね。
No!
では告白プランを考えまし
No!
ょう。
あなたたちね。
Oh. Oh my god. Maho was starting to get tired of dealing with them. Fuck you, I'm gonna sleep.
ま、冗談はさておき。
Uh-huh.
君を連れて行けるかどうかは微妙なところなんだ。
What does he mean by that?
というと？
Why?
君は日本でいろいろな事件に巻き込まれたろう。
Well, to you too.
脳科学研究所としてはそのことをかなり気にしていてね。
そんな。
クリスの件もあったし、優秀な人材をこれ以上危険な目に合わせるわけにいけないというのが理事たちの考えなんだよ。
I see.
私なら大丈夫です。現にこうして無事でいるじゃないですか。
Well, I mean, there was a guy shooting in the parking lot, so.
ほう。つまり魔法はそこまでして日本にいるレンタロウに会いたいと。
I'm gonna kill this guy.
いい加減セクハラになりますよ。
Don't.
Oh, sorry は勘弁してくれ。
Oh my
で
god.
も本気で交際を検討してみては。
No.
将来的には岡部もこっちに来る可能性があるんでしょ？だったら今のうちに唾をつけておくべきですって。
Rintaro in America and also his English being very ass is funny to imagine.
おせっかいな親戚のおばさんみたいなことを言うのはやめなさい。
魔法の考えは理解したよ。
Do you?
私からも理事に話をしてみよう。ただし、だからといって日本に行けるという保証はできないからね。
はい、ありがとうございます。
私は結構本気なんですけどね。
Of course you are.
まだ言っているの？まったく。
Holy shit, she can't let this go, Krisu. It really felt like she was talking to Krisu. The feeling was much stronger than when they'd first started on Amadeus. And that reminded her of something she'd almost done many times, but stopped.
このクリスにタイムマシンのことを相談してみたらどうだろう。
So she was interested. I mean, she hated and also liked time machine research, both because of her father. So this Krisu, whose experiences and memories were transferred to this AI before her death, must definitely know about Krisu's actual interest, like real life Krisu that passed away. About time machines, I mean. She didn't know if Krisu had completed the time machine theory before her death, but if she had, some clues to it might be hidden in Krisu's memories. Of course, she couldn't ask her in front of Dr. Leskinen, and she couldn't let others hear that she was making a time machine. In the rest of the lab, if the rest of the lab found out, they'd make fun of her for sure. It wasn't even her field of research to begin with.
それじゃあ教授、そろそろ部屋に戻って寝ます。
Uh-huh. Okay. Mao took a thermos and was about to leave the lab. But...
ちょっと待った。最近、真帆の記憶データを全く更新していないだろ
No one is using the Maho AI. I feel so bad.
アマデウスの真帆のことだよ。日本に行く前に採取したデータが最後じゃないか
6 or 7 months ago, damn.
それはですね。
Yeah? Maho didn't know what to say. He was right.
その、日本ではいろいろと怖い体験をしましたし、アマデウスに悪い記憶を残すこともないかなと。
She doesn't want other people to know that she's interested in time travel research. Because if she puts her memories into Amadeus, Amadeus will know. Amadeus could possibly share these memories. Share her goals, and that's not good.
気持ちはわかるが、このままだと比較実験ができない。
A comparison trial involved loading memories from both before and after a given experience into Amadeus and seeing how it changed. These trials allowed them to see what effects experiences and knowledge had on the brain, but after Krisa's passing, they became solely Maho's responsibility.
今の君とアマデウスの真帆とでは、あまりにも記憶が食い違いすぎていて、別人と言ってもいいほどになってしまっている。
はい、そうですね。
このままだと、君はこのプロジェクトから外して、他の誰かに頼まなくてはならないかもしれないよ。
それは。
Damn, that's kinda like out of nowhere. Her expression darkened.
クリスばかり相手にしていないで、たまには自分も構ってあげなさい。きっと寂しがっている。
No.
明日必ず記憶の更新をしておくように。いいね？
わかりました。
Maho nodded her head and left the room. Damn, that was kind of forceful. The reason she'd given to Dr. Leskinen for not updating Maho's memories was a real concern, but there was also another one. Rintaru's words.
なあ、アマデウスの研究には米軍が関与していたりはしないよな。
She's afraid that they are using it for that purpose, right? That's why she doesn't want to share memories right now. Interesting. She had no proof, but she couldn't get his words out of her mind. Was some great power involved in the Amadeus research? Something so powerful it was outside even Dr. Leskinen's control. If she updated her memory data, Maho would learn about Krisa's laptop and hard disk. She trusted Amadeus, but that would mean whoever was secretly trying to use the project for their own ends would find out. It seemed silly, almost delusional, to be worried about something like that, but she couldn't get it out of her mind ever since she'd come back to America. Maybe there are subconsciously clues you picked up on that to justify this thought.
でもやっぱり考えすぎよね。
I don't think so. I actually don't think so. You cannot be paranoid enough in this game. She whispered to herself.
誰かそこにいるの
Huh? Who you? She heard a woman's voice from down the dark hallway. Mao stopped dead in her tracks. Ah! The hallway lights flipped on, and she saw a group of men and women coming down the corridor that connected her building to the next one. The next building over was the psychophysiology lab. Mao's brain science lab mostly investigated the workings of the brain itself. The psychophysiology lab, on the other hand, was more of a medical department. They looked at how the workings of the brain affected mental states and mental illnesses.
すみません、比谷城真帆です。レスキネン教授の研究室の。
The woman at the head of the group was someone she knew. It was Dr. Rice, a scientist at the psychophysiology lab. I will be able to pronounce this word, I swear to God.
あら、真帆だったの。
Yeah?
レ です、教授。こんな時間にお仕事ですか？
Why are you so paranoid about people being in the hallway?
あなたも
Yeah.
ええ、まあ。
お互いに仕事中毒だわね。
That's a word for it. Judy Rice, eyes narrowed beneath her glasses as she laughed.
アレクシスはまだ自分のオフィスよね。
Is this about Leskinen?
はい。アマデウスの研究を。
ほんとご就寝ね。自分の娘と勘違いしてるんじゃないかしら。
こんな時間にレスキネン教授にお会いになるんですか？もし緊急でのミーティングなら私も。
その必要はないわ。
Damn, she even speaks to him in his first name basis.
私の研究に少し問題があってね。至急彼の知恵を借りたいのよ。
Huh. Okay.
あなたがいても特に頼めることはないでしょうし。あ、気を悪くしないでね。でも、ありがとう。
Huh, I don't fully trust her. Dr. Rice kept smiling as she walked past Maho toward the lab. The other scientists followed her. With so many
研究に
scientists?
問題って一体何だろう？
And why are there so many people following her? She isn't by herself. Wait, she took a closer look and saw that she didn't recognize one of the people in the group. It was hard to say why exactly she noticed him. He just didn't look like a scientist. When you spend enough time doing research, you start to get a feel for people who are in the same line of work. But he had a totally different air about him, and what was worse, he was behaving extremely rudely towards Dr. Rice. If he was one of her staff, he wouldn't act like that. And while everyone else was wearing white lab coats, he was wearing a freshly pressed suit. It just didn't feel right. She was about to head back to her room when... This is very sus. I don't trust this. Are we going to listen in? It bothered her enough that she turned right back around and silently crept back to Dr. Leskinen's lab. Oh shit. The door was slightly ajar. She could hear voices inside. She knew it was wrong, but she decided to push her face up against the door to listen. I would do the same shit. Please.
いつまで泳がせておくつもり？
What?
貴重な情報源だ。下手に動いて破棄でもされたらもったいないだろう。
Why does he not have an accent right now? Why is his pronunciation so good? What?
いずれにせよ今月中に日本に立つ。そこで回収するつもりさ。
Getting it back, so something he gave to Rintaro?
なぜ半年近くも様子を見たのか、納得のいく説明ができるのかしら。
彼らは我々が知っていること以上の何かを隠しているような気がしてね。
They?
そこでアマデウスを使って聞き出そうとしたんだが。
Oh.
かなり警戒心が強い。慎重な青年だよ、リンターロ・岡部は。
Well, yes. What the fuck do they want out of him?
マホにお得意の施術でもしてあげたら？
Special treatment.
彼女は何も知らないと思うがね。
Oh, she knows now, bitch. Mao started to panic when she heard her name. Don't make a noise. Don't make a fucking noise. And then she realized she'd made a big mistake. She was so focused on listening to the conversation that she pressed her shoulders into the door. The door to the lab wasn't very well built. There was a loud creak and everyone in the lab turned around. Fuck. Fuck!
誰？
Fuck! Run! She knew she should probably run, but her body refused to move. She couldn't understand what she was hearing, and even after they found her, she still couldn't move. She couldn't believe it. She didn't want to believe it. This was worse than being in a thriller, she thought. The other scientists who were with Dr. Rice grabbed her arms tightly and dragged her into the room. Fuck.
教授。
Uh-oh.
今の話は一体。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dr. Leskinen looked a little sad as he walked over to her. His huge body leaned forward and peered into her face.
やれやれ。聞いてしまったんだね。
Don't pretend with me with that accent.
まあ、ちょうどいい。
Oh!
魔法。さっきの日本行きの話だけどね。やはり君にも一緒に来てもらおう。
Okay. Okay, she didn't know what he meant. Weren't the directors opposed to it? Was it something Dr. Leskinen could decide on his own? What was good timing? What the confused, she glanced over at the computer screen, but Krise was no longer there. The one thing she knew was... Rita was right. Okabe's words weren't the delusions of a conspiracy theorist after all. Yeah, he knows what's up, bro. What the fuck? I knew I couldn't trust him. I said that from the fucking beginning. He was sus as fuck, bro. It was almost July. Not again July. I'm tired of July. I don't want it to be July. It is almost 1 year anniversary of Krise's death. I want to die. Oh my god, the rainy season hadn't been that bad this year, and what little remainder of it had already disappeared. Temperature-wise, summer had come a long time ago. Yup. In other words, it had almost been a year since it happened. Oh, fuck. And then one Saturday afternoon. If I stayed home, not only would it be hot, but Dad would be on my case about helping with the family business. To get away, I'd come to the area around Ikebukuro Station. What family business? The Okabe family business. A year ago, I could have gone to the lab, but with Suzuha living there now, I'd mostly stopped going. But that meant that it was hard to find a place to study on my days off. It was too much trouble to go to the university. And the classrooms probably weren't open on weekends anyway. Well, cafe? After a lot of research, I settled on spending my free days visiting this cafe near my parents' home and spending a few hours there. In fact, a lot of the other patrons did the same thing I did, buying a simple cup of coffee and sitting there for hours on end. Some brought books, some brought computers. I chuckled to myself as I realized that I joined the ranks of the other normies. Honestly, Rintaro, I'm happy that you can lead somewhat of a normal life right now. It's not gonna last. Oh my god. What is it? Where are you at now? Coffee. Oh, the usual cafe, right? I just went to your place and you went home. You did? Did my dad make a nuisance of himself again? It's okay, he gave me some barley tea. I have to go shopping. Will you come with me? Oh, he will. That's so cute. Thank you, Meow. Okay, I'll leave now. Wait for me here. So they went to my house. My family's business was called Okabe Green Grocer. It was a beat-up old store located in a rundown shopping district. The place was almost 40 years old. I really want them to rebuild it. Damn. Wow, we are finally getting Rintaro family lore. Oh my god, who could have imagined? My mind had wandered. Miley was going to be here in less than 15 minutes, so maybe it was time to call today. It worked pretty hard during the morning, so it wasn't too bad. I was a little surprised at how hard I'd been working lately. I could feel how having a goal gave me energy. I needed to get to Victor Condonia University as soon as I could. Yeah. Hi, Maho. Since I was still testing Amadeus, I'd kept in touch with Maho via email and online chat. She must have been working hard because she was always sleepy. Damn. Oh no. I don't think it is a good idea to use Amadeus right now. Especially Amadeus is being used right now to extract information from Rintaro. But I'm just gonna answer it.
Hi.
何よ。どうして声を潜めてる?
I'm in a cafe.
今店の中なんだ。
Mhm.
頼むから。俺の都合に関係なく連絡してくるのはやめてくれ。
Damn.
あんたがどこで何してるかなんてさすがに把握してないわよ。
Thank God.
それとも私に24時間監視してほしいの?
No, thank you.
あんたが寝てる姿とかお風呂入ってる姿とか全部覗き見してほしいと?
No. Don't take things out of proportion right now.
なかなかの変態ね。
What do you mean?
知った口を聞いてすみませんでした。
What?
私が連絡したってあんたが出たくなければ出なくていいの。
Well,
それぐらいで怒ったりしない。
I see. That was my fault.
そうだな。
あ、今は迷惑みたいだからお望み通り切るわ。確かにスマホで 3D モデルの女と真面目な顔して会話してる大学生男子ってかなり気持ち悪いし。
Yeah.
お前な。
It's a VTuber, I promise.
そうだよ。いつも相手をしてくれて。 一応。
Yeah?
感謝はしてるんだからな。
Uh-huh. At least you're
そういう
honest.
話はいいから
Damn.
切るぞ。
Damn. Kalisa always talked so much. The real one used to talk a lot too. Talking to her in a place like this always drew a lot of attention and made me feel awkward. Looking at a screen and talking was embarrassing, was all. So I'd once proposed that I talk to her like I was on a normal phone. And this is what she said. Why do I have to stare at a close-up of the side of your head? She really was a selfish little program. Well, I mean, you know, sometimes you have to make sacrifices. Mayuri and I met up and headed for Tokyo Hands. Okay. When I stepped inside the air-conditioned store, I felt refreshed. Good. If it was this hot in June, I shuddered to think what it was going to be like in July or August.
それで
Ooh!
一体何を買うつもりなんだ？
Damn, I rarely see her in her school uniform. That's so cute. So what are you going to buy?
商品宣伝用のポップを作るんだ。だからそれ用のカードとか蛍光ペンとか。
It's so strange to see her old sprite and then also her new one. They use her new one in winter and her old one during summer. That's kind of strange to me.
今年はコミマで同人誌でも出す気か？
違うよ。
Oh?
岡部製菓店で使うんだよ。
Oh!
は？なんだって？
My family business.
今日オカリンの家に行った時にね、おじさんとそんな話になって。
Yeah.
じゃあマユシーが作りますって立候補したの。
Make what again? Some signs for advertising. Okay! That's cute.
おいおい。
She's helping with the family business. Rintaro, my dad could be such a jerk.
お前がそんなことする必要ないんだぞ。
Oh my god.
でもマユシーがやりたいからやっているのです。
Rintaro's dad be like, free labor? Fuck yeah.
本当にいいのか？
オカリンやおじさんおばさんにはいつもお世話になってるから。
Aw, you are very sweet. That's
じゃ
why.
あ代わりに今度何かプレゼントするよ。
Aw.
本
An Upa. I took a quick look around and saw that they were selling a lot of things you could use for advertising. I decided to mostly leave the purchasing decisions up to Mayuri. Yeah, because she wants to make them, she probably has something in mind already. She spent quite a while deciding what to buy. Okay, I take that back. But well, maybe because of all the time she spent on May Queen Yanyan, her taste ran in the direction of cute and anime. Part of me thought it was dangerous to leave it up to her, but still, it asked her, not me. It wasn't any of my business. I should just leave it to her. And so I decided to wander around the store while Mayuri finished her shopping, but... Again? I don't want to answer her again. I really don't want to. But I have the urge to do it. I'm still in the store.
もしかして買い物中？
Yes?
ああ、マユリとな。
へえ、デート？
Oh no?
スイーツかっこ笑い。
その呼び方はやめろと言ったろうが。
だったらお前も恋愛脳の癖を直すんだな。
はいはい、わかったわよ。でも、まゆりさんって可愛いわよね。
She is.
あんな可愛い年下の幼馴染がいるなんて、あんた恵まれてるわよ。
Uh-huh. You jealous?
そうだな。
Aw.
これじゃ真帆先輩の勝ち目は絶望。
Stop! Oh my god.
可愛げもないし、年齢でも勝てないし、身長も負けてるし、あとバスト的なものも残念だし。
Oh my god. Oh my god!
かわいそうな先輩。
Shut up! Oh my god.
それをヒヤジョーさんの前で言ったら、プログラム丸ごと消去されるぞ。
Yup.
というか、私、未だにまゆりさんを紹介してもらってない。
Why should I?
あんた、友達は結構いるのに、私のことは誰にも教えようとしないわよね。
Yeah, and that's for the better.
守秘義務的なものがあるんだ。 あまり人に教えないようにって言われてる。
本当にそれだけなの？
No.
実は私と話してるのを人に見られたくないんじゃない？
I mean, I think they would be concerned.
そんなことはないさ。どうしても紹介してほしいなら、ヒヤジョーさんに許可をもらうぞ。手始めに、俺が一番頼りにしている男であるダルを紹介しよ
う。My right hand man.
あいつなら、お前には相当食いつくはずだ。
Yeah, I'm sure.
24時間延々とエロ目線で見つめられてハーハーされ続けるんですね。わかります。
Okay, okay.
変態が怖い。
Same. Kurisu went pale and started to shake. I told Kurisu all kinds of things about what kind of person Dado was. She could easily imagine what would happen if she ever fell into his clutches.
やっぱり紹介はしてくれなくていいわ。
Thanks, Dado, saving me.
あんたが相手をしてくれるだけで十分と思わなくちゃ。
おかり。
Hello. Quickly. Yeah. Maddie walked over carrying a shopping basket.
あれ？今誰と話してたの？
Maho? I looked down at my phone. Kurisu had disappeared and my smartphone was back at its home screen. Evidently, Kurisu had hung up. Yeah.
大学の先輩からだった。
I see.
そっか。
I knew I didn't have to hide Kurisu, but at the same time, Mary was the one person I didn't want finding out. She knew that I'd failed to save Makise Kurisu last summer.
それで、買うものは決まったか？
こんな感じでどうかな。
I also wouldn't share this information with people that know how emotionally destroyed you were after her death. They would be very concerned, at least I hope so. So yeah, I wouldn't like to share that with those people specifically. The basket was filled with heart and star-shaped cardstock. This didn't really go with our store's look. But I decided when I started, I was going to let Mayuri make the decisions. Dad might complain later, but I didn't care. Yeah, he was the one who asked Mayuri for help, not me. You better reap what you sow. And so I went over to the register. Since it was a Saturday, the checkout area was overflowing with shopping carts. Since it was going to take a while, I sent Mayuri to browse the toy section on another floor. Oh my god. I knew they'd have some cute stuff from one of her favorite shows, Rainet Kakeru. Still a thing. Mayuri looked apologetic, but did what I told her to. Nice. In the end, I waited a whole 15 minutes at the register. That's okay. As an apology, I decided to get the present I promised her. She seemed really happy as she stared at the keychain. Oh, that's such a cute one with fairy wings. That one is so cute. It was Upa, the mascot character from the Rainet Kakeru series. I told her when she went over to the toy section she could pick out anything she wanted, and this was what she chose.
ウーパならもう大量に持ってるのに、ずいぶん嬉しそうだな。
Isn't this Upa also the Upa that she's going to give her future daughter that she adopts? I feel like this is the Upa. You seem pretty happy about it, yeah.
しかもそれって普通の緑色のウーパだろ？
So?
レアなやつじゃないよな。
So?
レアなのは確かメタルウーパだっけか。
The most popular and rarest of the Upas was the shiny silver metal Upa. For example, whenever there was a large tree for Rainet Kakeru stuff at the convenience stores, the top prize was always a metal Upa. Mayuri had told me once that they sold for tens of thousands of yen at auction. Yeah. For some reason, Mayuri was wagging her finger at me.
違うんだな。
Huh?
これはね、緑のウーパさんだけど、普通のとは違うの。この前やってた映画に登場した緑の妖精さんウーパなんだよ。
Cute. Come to think of it, there had been a Rainet Kakeru movie out in spring. Had Mayuri sat in a theater full of little kids to watch it?
緑の妖精さん？
映画のネタバレしてもいいかな？
いいぞ、どうせ見ないし。
今回の映画はね、バーチャル世界で悪 くのスーパーハッカーさんたちとバトルをするんだ。
Okay.
そのバーチャル世界が妖精さんの住む森なのです。
Oh?
スーパーハッカーさんはすごく強くてね、
Mm-hmm.
かけるくんもウーパもピンチになっちゃうんだけど、
Okay.
もうダメだーっていう時にね、妖精さんたちが助けに来てくれるの。
That's so cute.
実はその妖精さんたちはかけるくんがお世話をしてた学校の花壇のお花さんたちだったんだよ。
Oh.
いつ
Oh.
も優しくしてくれるかけるくんを助けるためにね、バーチャル世界でピカピカーンって光ってウ
Oh.
ーパと合体するんだ。
That's a sweet kids movie. That sounds lovely.
それがこの緑の妖精さんウーパー。すっごくかわいいし、すっごく強いんだよ。
Guys, we're getting more Upa lore. Isn't that incredible?
まゆし感動したな。そういう話に弱いんだ。
Hmm.
監督さん天才だよ。
Damn. Oh, at least I'm glad you enjoyed that.
なるほどな。
Mm-hmm. It was rare for Mayuri to get this excited about something. I took a closer look and saw that the design was a little different from the standard Upa. I didn't know a lot about Upas, so I couldn't say exactly what was different. The fucking wings and the crown?
このキーホルダーね、結構あちこち探してたんだ。
Aww.
すっごく人気があってね、どこも売り切れだったんだよ。
I'm glad you found it then.
まさかハンズに残ってるなんて思わなかったな。
ラッキーだったな。
Aww.
しかもこれが最後の1個だったんだよ。
Very lucky.
今日は来てよかった。
Hmm.
オカリンとおじさんには感謝しなくちゃ。
Hahaha. Miley took the tag off the keychain, got her house key out of her bag, and carefully attached it.
ねえオカリン、まゆしーね、これずっと大切にするね。
Aww.
おお、そうしてくれ。
She's so sweet.
くれぐれも買って5分でなくしたりしないようにな。
Oh, not like the metal Upa, huh? It happened before, sure, yeah. Mm-hmm. Metal Upa! Like the metal Upa I'd won for her, Radikan. Mari had lost it no more than 5 minutes after I gave it to her. I'd wondered if she had ever found it. I didn't really want to remember that time in my life, so my memory of what happened to the metal Upa was vague. I mean, the metal Upa is what was in the envelope, right? That was stolen from Krisu, if I remember correctly. I think that was it.
もう絶対になくさないのです。
I hope so. The two of us started to head back.
オカリンのお店のポップ張り切って作るね。
Aw.
ああ、その作業があったな。
I'd been thinking the job was done once we bought the materials. The real work actually began now.
俺も手伝おうか。
大丈夫。
Damn.
まゆしーのセンスを信じてほしいな。
She loves creating stuff so much.
ハートマークのポップを買おうとしてた時点でセンスを疑うぞ。
大丈夫だよ。
まあ、ポップを作ってくれるだけでもありがたいから、
Mm-hmm.
文句は言わないけどな。
Yeah.
お母さんにメールしなきゃ。晩ご飯までには帰りますって。
I wonder, like, the advertisements that Miley is going to make, if these will give, like, a fresh look to the store, maybe, even though it, like, clashes probably, but still. It's fun, it's refreshing, I'm pretty sure.
なん
Or
なら
going to be.
うちで食べてってもいいぞ。
Yo?
どうせ親父やおふくろが引き止めるだろうし。
Hmm?
どうしようかな。
Are we going to see his parents?
オカリンは今日はこの後ずっと家にいるの？合コンとか行かない？
Singles parties!
最近は全然行ってないよ。
Any lately? Last fall, when I'd been trying to become a normal college kid, I forced myself to go to as many as possible. But lately I'd been so busy with my studies that I hadn't had a chance.
っていこうかな。
You will? Maddie took out her phone and started to type something when... Oh? Her expression suddenly darkened. She stopped moving.
どうした？
ついさっきね、楓さんからメールが来てて、
Oh
気づ
no.
かなかったよ。
Oh?
どうしよう、うかり。
What? Maddie seemed like she was on the verge of tears.
何かあったのか？
What? Uh-oh.
ねえ、おかり。
Yeah?
前に言ってたよね。ふぶきちゃんは病気なんかじゃないって。
Oh no, it is about her. It is about Fubuki. Shit.
ふぶきちゃん？中瀬さんのことか？来島さんの方じゃなくて？
あれって本当に病気じゃないんだよね。
Uh-oh.
おう、違うはずだ。
Mm-hmm.
でも
But Maddie showed me her phone. From Kaide to Shina, subject Fubuki-chan. Fubuki-chan's back in the hospital. I'm on my way. Here's the location. What?
また入院しただって？
What do you mean by that? I couldn't believe what I was seeing on the screen. Why is she back? Fubuki was at a different location than before. This time it was the AH Tokyo General Hospital high-tech medical center in Yoyogi. It was supposedly one of Japan's most advanced hospitals. According to what I read on the internet, patients with the new virus that everyone was talking about were being gathered there for special treatment. But I'd also read lots of really bad urban legends about the place, and I was a bit worried about what kind of horror show I'd find here. Are they going to say what kind of urban legends? Rumors whose sources are known or unclear, mainly from the 20th century or later. They can be divided into ghost stories or cool stories. Okay, it's just about what urban legends are. What kind of urban legends are there for this hospital? But of course, when we arrived, it was nothing like that. It was very clean and decorated like a luxury hotel.
Mayuri-chan, Hokari-san.
Why is she back here?
こっちです。
Why? Kaide and Yuki waved to us as we entered the lobby. Yuki had gotten a message from Kaide as well and had evidently come right over.
ふぶきちゃんは大丈夫だよ。
Is she? I hope so. Yuki gave Mari a soft hug and a smile. Kaide bowed her head apologetically.
驚かせてごめんね。私も焦っちゃって。もっとちゃんと確認してからメールすればよかった。
What happened though? Why is she back in the hospital?
というと、中瀬さんの容体は？
今、病室でふぶきちゃんのお母さんに会えたんですけど、例の病気が悪化したとかじゃないそうです。
Okay.
じゃあ、また検査入院とか？
はい、そう言ってました。
Okay.
だから全然心配ないって。
I hope so.
なんだ。はあ、よかった。
I hope that's actually the case. Mari looked extremely relieved as Yuki continued to hug her. Cute. Yeah. If I remembered right, the last time they examined her, they said it was possible that she had the disease, but as long as it didn't get worse, it wouldn't affect her daily life. They just told her to come back for regular checkups. The new virus had arrived in Japan over 6 months ago, but the number of patients was still increasing. Fortunately, there hadn't been a single casualty yet. My god. Not causality, it's casualty.
あれは病気なんかじゃないと思うけどな。
Yeah, it's Readingsteiner. I was certain that what they were calling the virus was actually something similar to Readingsteiner. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. One time when I went to visit Fubuki in the hospital, I had secretly investigated the other patients. I wasn't able to get any proof, but I found out most of the patients in her wing had, to varying degrees, memories of the same world line. Many people had memories of Japan at war. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
ふぶきちゃんに会えるかな。それがね、今 MRI で脳の検査をしている最中なんですって。
Okay.
だから病室にいないの。そうなんだ。
Should we wait for her then?
でももう少しで終わるみたいよ。
Okay.
ここで待っていてってふぶきちゃんのお母さんが。
Okay, got it, ma'am. I'll wait. Kaide motioned to Mayuri, indicating she should sit down at a nearby sofa. Nice. I let the girls sit down on the sofa and stood next to them while I surveyed the lobby. Okay. Mm-hmm.
中瀬さんの家って実はすごい金持ちだったりするのか？
I don't think so, right?
こんなところに入院なんて。
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess they are just collecting patients in this specific hospital because this hospital, I guess, has the equipment to investigate their quote-unquote illness, I guess.
吹雪ちゃんのお母さんの話だと、日本とアメリカの政府がお金を出して新しい治療のプロジェクトを始めるみたいなんです。
Uh-oh.
この病院とアメリカの専門病院や研究所が中心になってやるんだそうですよ。
Okay.
そうなのか。
Mm-hmm. I wasn't sure how I felt about that. If I was right about what this disease really was, it was hard to imagine a bigger waste of money.
お願いします。患者は全員個室にしてください。それも患者同士が接触しないよう、なるべく離れた部屋で。
Oh, is this the project that Dr. Leskinen is coming here for? This project to analyze the reading Steiner disease?
しかしね、そんな都合よく病床は空いていませんから。
それでもやってくれないとダメです。患者同士が会話をすることで夢の情報を共有してしまうでしょう。
Oh.
いや、それはそうですが。
You want to keep them isolated?
脳というのはね、他人が見た夢なのにそれに共感を覚えてしまうと、あたかも自分が見た夢のように錯覚してしまう。そういう可能性だってあるのです。
Oh, there he is. Across the lobby, I saw an old Japanese doctor in a white coat and a big man in a suit who was frankly trying to talk to him.
Oh.
Yeah, it's him. I'd seen the man in the suit before. Actually, it was a man who I knew well. Do you know him well? He's sus as fuck, bro. I don't trust him. I hurried over. Ah, Nintendo. He must have been wearing his translator because he was communicating with the old doctor in Japanese. Dr. Leskinen's face quickly broke into a smile when he saw me.
Oh, Rintaro!
Oh my god! His voice was so loud that everyone in the lobby, doctors, nurses, staff, and even the patients turned to look at me. Embarrassing. But Dr. Leskinen didn't seem to notice them as he ran over. He was like a giant American football player, racing for a touchdown. He's so tall! Oh my god!
Stop it!
Oof! My cries went unheard as Dr. Leskinen tackled me and then pulled me up. Then he switched from football player to pro wrestler and he swung me up and down! What? I felt like I was a little child. There was nothing I could do to resist him as he flung me around. A moment later, he noticed the cold stares of the people around us and finally released me. Holy shit. Uh-huh. Dr. Leskinen bowed to the people around him with an apology. My new passion project. Sir? The doctor that Professor Leskinen had been talking to was staring at me suspiciously. I'm his new passion project, Okabe Rintaro. He wants to brain manipulate me through my dead AI girlfriend. That's right! I wasn't sure exactly what to tell him. It wasn't like he was really my professor. Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah,
彼は9月からビクトゥコンドロイア大学の学生ですよ。いずれ私の研究室に来てもらうつもりでいます。
Oh.
おほう、ビクトル・ポンドリア大学かね。これは驚いた。
This guy, this Leskinen guy is doting, like, makes Rintaro attached to him in a way that concerns me because this is a power play. Rintaro cannot refuse Dr. Leskinen if he wants to have a job there. And if he gets that job, he cannot refuse him at any rate. So, I looked over at Dr. Leskinen questioningly, but she just gave me a mischievous smile. This guy. He really was such a kid.
日本人であそこへ行ける学生なんてめったにいない。大したものだ。
He's not just a child, he's playing up his childishness to trick you. Don't fall for it.
どうも。
Rintaro fully in his element. This fucking laugh! After the doctor left, I sighed loudly enough for Professor Leskinen to hear me.
今の人は
この病院の院長だよ。
院長？そんな偉い人相手に堂々と嘘をついたんですか？
おや？
A lie?
私は嘘なんてついたかな？確かに9月から我が校の学生とは言ったが、何も今年の9月からとは言ってない。
Oh.
それとも何かい？君は結局我が校に来る自信がないのかな？だったら少し残念だが。
He really was like a little kid, completely shameless, but still it was hard to hate him.
でも驚きました。まさか教授がまた日本に来ているなんて。
I don't trust him. It had been 5 months that I'd seen him off at Narita.
魔法も一緒に来ているよ。
Totally on a free will.
一言も教えてもらってませんが。
I talked to her often via email and video chat, mostly about Amadeus's testing, but she hadn't said a word about coming to Japan. I hadn't heard anything about it from Kriso either.
また和光市の部署のオフィスだよ。クリスと一緒にいつでも遊びに来るといい。泥棒に入られるから別の場所にしてくれと訴えたんだがね。
Okay. Dr. Leskinen looked up toward the ceiling and shrugged. It did feel like that place had security issues.
ウィンタールはどこか具合でも悪いのかい？治療でここに？
No.
いえ、違います。入院してる友人の見舞いで。
そうか。それはよか。いや、その友人にとっては良くないか。申し訳ない。
Why was he about to say that's good? I'm questioning everything this guy says.
いえ。それで教授こそ日本の病院で何を？
Dr. Leskinen brought his face closer to mine and whispered so that the people around us couldn't hear him.
君も知っているだろう。例の新型脳炎の件だよ。アメリカ政府の依頼で精神生理学研究所が治療法を研究していたんだが手詰まりらしくてね。私も調査に加わるよう大学から命じられたというわけさ。
Did they though? It seems like you came on your own free will.
そうなんですか。レスキネン教授が新型脳炎を。
Now there was a word I didn't expect to hear. I explained that my friend was here because they thought she might have the disease.
もしかしてその友人というのは中瀬克美？
Is that her name? I think so, right?
クリスマスパーティーで会ってましたね。
実は私が新型脳炎に興味を持ったのもあのパーティーがきっかけでね。
Because they fell unconscious.
君と克美が揃って倒れただろう？
He was right actually. In my case, I'd been sent to that other world line.
克美には何日か前に再会したんだけどね。私にも何度か噛みついてきたよ。どうしてまた入院させられるんだ？私は元気なのにってね。
そうでしたか。
もう少し協力的になってくれると嬉しいとリンタロウからも伝えておいてくれないかい？
I feel like it was a mistake to tell her that she does not have a disease. Like, right, Rintaro told her that she doesn't. Maybe that's why she feels so confident in saying that she's fine.
実際のところ、キャツミだけでなく、すべての患者に申し訳ないという気持ちはあるんだ。我々も日本の医師団も研究を進めてはいるんだけどね。どうにも消せない検査結果ばかりで 困り果てているのさ。
You don't understand the results. Dr. Leskinen's usually chipper expression darkened. The man was such a ball of vitality that I hadn't noticed until then, but when his smile disappeared, I could see the wrinkles that had formed on his face from exhaustion. He must have been working hard, like he said.
正直、最初はどの医師もこれほど不可解な病気だとは思っていなかったらしいんだけどね。ん？どうしたんだ、リンタロウ。
I might know the reason for this disease, but fuck no, I'm not telling you.
何か気になることでも？
いえ。俺は医学生じゃないのでさっぱりです。
I was just about to tell him about my reading Steiner. Don't tell him. But in the end, I couldn't. If my uniformed opinion was wrong, it could cost the virus patients their lives. I couldn't just tell him when I didn't have any proof. How could you, what kind of proof, dude? Is there even any? And then his face, fuck.
その克美がなかなか興味深いことを言っていたんだよ。
What did he say before? And then his face drew close to mine again. Dude, you are always very close, bro. Why are you like this?
自分たちは病気じゃない。別の世界の出来事を夢で見る能力があるだけだ。
That's bad. I told her not to say anything about it. Could she not help it? This was bad. They might start to doubt her sanity.
中瀬さんはとても想像力がたくましいというか、SF とかアニメとか大好きですから、他の平行世界を感知できる力なんて多分趣味の影響で口にしただけじゃないかと思います。
いや、totally.
実は俺もそういうことを言っていた時期があるんですよ。
Well, he actually did so, kinda. You know, like Hoen Kyoma is still somewhere. I tried my best to come up with excuses, but Dr. Leskinen still seemed concerned.
だけどね、私も治療プロジェクトに参加して驚いたんだが。
Why?
確かにこの病の特徴として、多くの患者が夢を共有する不可思議な現象が起こっているんだ。
Is that why Dr. Leskinen wants to isolate them? So that they won't share their dreams to each other? Because his theory might be that they are talking about their dreams to each other, which is why it's such a uniform response when people ask them about their dreams. Maybe? Is that a theory he wants to test? I don't know.
集団幻覚に近いのかとも思って今調べているんだけどね。
I see.
でもなんだろう、こんなことは初めてでね。脳科学的には今のところ解が導けない。
Well, how would I have one?
正直、非科学的という言葉が一番しっくりくるくらいだよ。それこそ平行世界とか前世の記憶とかね。
そうですか。
君も克美からいろいろと話を聞いてくれると助かるよ。
Okay.
医者に言えないことでも友人になら話すだろうしね。
And you have to tell her not to share shit about parallel worlds. It's dangerous.
はい。一応心がけておきます。
さて、リンタロウ、それはそれとして確認だ。
Dr. Leskinen was looking over my shoulder.
クリスマスパーティーの時にも感じたんだけれど、君のガールフレンドたちはキュートなお嬢さんばかりだね。
Oh my goodness. They are all my girlfriends at this point. Holy shit. I turned around and saw that Mayuri, Kaede, and Yuki had all stood up from the sofa and were looking at me. When they saw Dr. Leskinen was looking at them, they waved. Oh no.
やはりあの中に恋人がいたりするのかい？
Why are you interested?
Kaede、Mayuri、ルカ、それとも克美がそうなのかな？
Maybe all of them. I don't know at this point. His words were so surprising I couldn't think of anything to say. Maho would often call this middle-aged man a mischievous boy, and that was exactly the look he had on his face. God damn it.
いや、別に無理に聞かせてくれとは言わないよ。君のプライベートを詮索する気はないからね。
I wonder, since Kurisu and Leskinen share this trait of being very nosy about relationships, I wonder if the Kurisu AI took that from Dr. Leskinen, or if Leskinen maybe implanted something into Kurisu of himself? Maybe? So that the Kurisu AI could replicate it? Or maybe that's just who Kurisu was before, you know, she became an AI? I don't know.
ただ、まあ、可愛い教え子にちょっとした土産話をと思っただけさ。
What?
No.
Same? Dr. Leskinen turned to walk away, but I could figure out what he meant.
それじゃリンタロウ、私はもうちょっと院長と話をしないといけないから、これで。
Uh-huh. Wait, let me reread that again. I am forced to tell me I don't want to pry into a private life, but well, I'd hope to have something to tell my favorite students. Oh, he's talking about Maho. Well.
できればユキたちにも一人一人発揮していきたいところだったが、次回にとっておこう。
Uh-huh.
女たちによろしく。
Mm-hmm.
はい。
Bruh. I don't trust this guy. Mayuri and the others came over to me as I watched him go.
今の人、レスキネン先生
Yup.
ですよね。どこかで見たことあると思った。
Mm-hmm.
アメリカに帰ったんじゃなかったでしたっけ
Well, he's back now.
おかり
There was no way I could tell the guys what Dr. Leskinen and I were just talking about, yeah. God damn it. Just gonna fly. After Fubuki's exam was over, we went to her room and listened to her complain, and then the visit was over. Just like Dr. Leskinen had said, she looked just fine. She told us she was ready to leave the hospital and jog all the way home. Mayuri and the others were relieved, but I felt worried. Did I need to talk to Dr. Leskinen about reading Steiner after all? No! Never do that. But how would I explain it? It might be a better idea to talk to Maho and have her explain it to him, yeah. I couldn't come to an answer right away. Definitely talk to Maho, rather than Dr. Leskinen. Oh, Suza POV. Back at the time machine. It was a very hot day in 1998 when Suza said goodbye to Shina Kagari. Okay, Kagari backstory. I don't know if I should do this part as well in the episode. I guess I will. Fine. This episode will be a little longer, guys. Bear with me. She'd gone to get food and water from a local store, and when she'd come back and opened the hatch, Kagari was inside screaming. Relax! Hello? What's she doing? She looked inside and saw that Kagari was slamming her tiny hands down on the control console.
お前、何をしてるんだ
Yeah. Does she want to go back to her mom? Kagari shrank back when she saw Suzuha.
違うの。これは、
Uh-huh.
答えろ。なんで目を覚ましたら鈴葉お姉ちゃんがいなくて真っ暗で明かりもつかないし狭くて怖くて苦しくて
I see. I can't blame this child for being scared, knowing what the world was like where she came from.
だからかがりドアを開けたくて
Ah.
それであちこちいじってるうちにこんなことに
This happened. Kagari started to cry.
ごめんなさい鈴葉お姉ちゃんごめんなさい、でも本当に怖かったんだだから そうか
Suza relaxed her guard. Kagari had PTSD from her time as a war orphan, and she hadn't fully recovered yet. You can never fully recover, I feel like. Mayuri had once told her that she got very frightened in dark and cramped places. It would make sense if waking up in the dark caused a panic attack. And the time machine could only function with Suza's biometric authorization. Someone of Kagari's size wouldn't be able to break the console either.
お前は時間移動のショックで気を失ってたんだよ。だから休ませておいたんだけど、悪かった。
I see her. Suza grabbed one of Kagari's tiny hands to help her up and then led her outside the machine. Fresh air.
暑い。かがり、約束するんだ。どんなことがあっても操縦席のスイッチに触ったりするな。いいな。じゃあ私は仕事にかかるから、お前はその辺で休んでるんだ。飲み物と食べ物は適当に食べていい。
But then she disappeared. In what year? I kind of forgot. Was it this one? I don't know. Susa handed Kagari the provisions she'd brought, then went inside and poked her head into the cargo space under the control console. She connected the IBN she'd stored there to portable terminals she'd brought from the future. By all appearances, it was an early 2000 cell phone, but instead it was a miniaturized quantum computer from the year 2036. Of course, future Dado had made it himself. This fucking IBN, I swear to God. When she booted up the IBN, rows of numbers started to appear on the screen.
何をするの?
I would like to know too. Kagari was looking in from outside the machine.
2000年問題は勉強したか?
Year 2000. Oh shit. Accidentally a wrong section. Yes, I remember. This was mentioned in the previous game as well. The last digits would change from 99 to 0. Yeah, and programs would go crazy because they can't compute that totally.
施設の学校でちょっとだけ。結局何にも起こらなかったんでしょ? 表向きはね。公表されてないけど、実は当時あれのせいでいくつかの地域や国に深刻な問題が起きたんだ。
Okay.
そうなの? 問題だったのはこの IBN5100 というコンピューターなんだよ。これには古いプログラム言語が搭載されてるんだけど、そのプログラムの問題点を技術者たちが修正できなかった。というより、そんな言語で書かれた重大なプログラムが存在すること自体全く知られてなかった。第三次世界大戦はタイムマシンの開発競争が発端なんだけど、もしかすると2000年問題で発生したある事象とそれに付随する対立こそがもっと深い原因である可能性がある。
Okay. She didn't expect a 10-year-old like Kagari to understand this, but she didn't feel like taking the time to explain.
しかも西暦2000年というのは特殊な年でね。すべての世界線が一旦一つに収束してしまうらしいんだ。
That is crazy.
それに関連してこの問題があらゆる世界線の因果に重大な影響を引き起こすかもしれない。
That is insane.
私たちが目指してる狭間の世界線、シュタインズゲートも例外じゃない。
Yeah. She looked down at the terminal connected to the IBN.
だからこれは2000年問題を起こさないようにするための修正プログラムなんだよ。
Right now, the terminal was converting the patch into the language used by the IBN. The next step was to spread this program all around the world in form of a virus, and the year 2000 problem that this era's engineer missed would completely disappear. The word connect appeared on the terminal's subscreen.
OK. つながった。
She'd been told that in Japan, in this era, ADSL was still in the test phase, and most normal users connected to the internet by low-speed dial-up using ISDN. Okay. But in major cities like Akihabara, university labs, and some big computer companies were starting to use fiber optic internet. Some of them even used wireless LANs. So many terms. A method of connecting to the internet and receiving data without the use of a LAN cable. High-speed, high-capacity broadband connections that uses fiber optic cables, also known as FTTH. Fiber internet or simply fiber. Instead of relying on existing telephone lines, fiber optic internet requires the construction of a whole new communications network. For this reason, fiber optic internet has taken longer to implement than ADSL internet did. As of 2010, 35% of Japan has fiber optic internet. Okay. Good to know. Susa cracked her way into one of those. Dad had laughed when he said that with 2036 technology, cracking late 20th century network security was a joke, but he'd been right. Well, Dada knows what's up.
でも未来を変えちゃったらかがりたちがいた未来の世界も全然変わっちゃうんじゃないの?
Surprisingly, Kagari had gotten the gist of what Susa had just told her. She's
そう
smart.
いうことだ。もうあの世界は存在させない。私たちはシュタインズゲートを目指すためにここへ来たんだから。
Uh-oh. She doesn't want her world to disappear. Suddenly, the uneasy look on Kagari's face vanished. It was as if her soul had left its body. Suddenly her face was expressionless and her eyes were wide.
声。
What?
神様の声。
What?
聞こえる。
What? What do you mean?
かがり？ダメだよ。よくないよ。
Who's talking to her?
ダメなんだよ、鈴葉お姉ちゃん。
What?
そんなことしちゃいけないんだ。
What?
おい。
Who is God's voice? Kagari was acting strangely. Suspiciously, Susaha reached her hand out towards her, but... Whoa! She slipped past Susa's hand, and quickly than any child should be able to move, she slammed her shoulder straight into Susa's body. Was someone taking over her now? Was someone time leaping? Like projecting their memories from the future into the past? Is this still Kagari? What the fuck? Susie was caught completely off guard, that's how fast it was. Kagari's shoulder hit her in the solar plexus. Holy shit! She bent over and collapsed into the seat. Kagari tore the terminal out of Susa's hands. The cables connecting it to the IBN were ripped out and errors displayed on both screens. Is she stealing the IBN? What? Kagari didn't answer the question. Instead, she grabbed the backpack that Susa had placed on the seat and spilled its contents onto the floor. There were MREs, spare parts, clothes, and a semi-automatic pistol. Susa couldn't believe it. Kagari was going to try and pick it up. Shit. What the fuck? What just happened to Kagari? She forced herself to ignore the pain as she jumped on Kagari's body. Holy shit. But another unbelievably powerful body slam knocked her back. Whoa, yeah. This is the one. Holy shit. Something cold was pushed right against her brow. Who are you? Kagari's tiny hands weren't shaking at all as they clutched the semi-automatic pistol. In the space of an instant, the safety on the gun had been flipped off. That's when Susa realized that this wasn't just a temper tantrum. Yeah, no shit! Susa was the one who taught her how to use a gun. That's why she knew that Kagari was perfectly calm. Holy shit. Oh my god. What the fuck? There was no hesitation in her eyes. Instead, Susa saw only resolve. Who the fuck whispered that shit into Kagari's ear? Who is the voice of God? Oh. Yeah.
私たちはタイムマシンですでに過去に干渉してる。世界線だってずれてしまってるはずだ。あそこに戻れる可能性は低く。
Yeah.
うるさいうるさいうるさい。
Holy shit.
彼はママを絶対に助けるんだ。
Oh my
こ
god.
の世界を消すなんてダメだよ。絶対にやらせないから。
Holy shit. Kagari turned the gun toward the IBN. No!
やめろ。
Not the IBN. Oh. Oh my god. Before Susa could stop her, she yanked down on the trigger. Again and again. Bye bye, IBN. And then Kagari jumped out of the time machine, and Susa never saw her again. So this was then, since Kagari stopped Suzuha, That forced us to hunt down this fucking IBN in order to change timelines. Because all of the timelines converge in 2010. God damn it. God fucking damn it. We could have changed timelines way earlier if Kagari didn't intervene. But instead, Rintaro got a message from his future self. Oh my god. Okay, I need to save my game. I think I'll end my episode here, actually. Holy shit. Okay. What is Kagari's deal? Why? What is Leskinen's deal? There, like, things are being set up here that I can't fully grasp yet because it's still set up to things that will be revealed in the future. Oh, fuck. Where's this gonna go? Not a good direction. I know, it's never a good direction. Anyway, I'll stop yapping, guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for suffering with me. For hearing me fucking yap and scream and shh. I'm not gonna say it. Anyway, I'll see you next week, everyone, to another episode of Steins Gate Zero. Maybe more plot will be revealed to me. Please, I have many questions. Please answer some of them. Maybe they will be answered. I hope so. You'll find out next week, guys. Bye-bye. Have a good one. I'll see you, all of you, on time. If not, there will be consequences.